Hi there, welcome to Nappy Invest. On December 22nd, 2023, a company called Core Lithium announced they were doing a strategic review of the operations because spodumene concentrate prices had fallen 85% since the start of 2023. And on the January the 1st, 2024, they announced some of the results of the strategic review, even though the strategic review process is still ongoing. Now, it should not be a shock that a possibility of this strategic review was a company suspending operations. This is a lithium producing company with operations just to south of Darwin near the Finniss River. In fact, I know the Finniss River because of a crocodile incident about 15 years ago, if I remember correctly. A really interesting story. Have a look at Mr. Bolland. He has a really good video on that particular incident, but I'm going off topic. So Core Lithium has been in production for the last year and a bit. So it's been a very exciting story for Core Lithium and their shareholders until 2023, because the share price of Core Lithium has absolutely collapsed, just like spodumene concentrate. Now, there'd been a lot of bulls in the lithium space because of the EV thematic. Everyone's going to EV or the electrification of the world, that's the sort of thing. And they believe because of that thematic, lithium prices should rocket to the moon. It does not work like that. The price of commodities are beholden to supply and demand. And you're going to have waves of supply and demand increasing and decreasing. And unfortunately, in 2023, there has been a disconnection between supply and demand in lithium. So much less demand and a much greater supply. Thus, lithium prices have fallen. So in my opinion, now is the time to get excited about lithium companies, because I'm not sure how much lower these lithium companies can get. Not sure how much lower lithium prices can get from here. And it should not be a shock that this has happened in 2023, because if you look at all the companies that have listed on the ASX in the past 2 years, 99.9999999% of them have been lithium explorers. Not only, of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Not only that, there have been a plethora of non-lithium explorers saying, we are now going to be exploring for lithium. It has been extreme over the past year, even when lithium prices were dropping like a rock. In fact, there was a company I was just looking at the other day who announced they were going from gold exploring company to a lithium exploring company. Just bad timing. But now is the time to start thinking about lithium, because eventually there will be a bottom in the lithium prices, and then eventually lithium prices might start going up again. So let's have a look at the announcement this company released, Core Lithium released on the 5th of January 2024. So on the 22nd of January, I'll just zoom in a little bit here. So on 22nd of December, they released a strategic review of operations underway. Understandable. Spodumene prices had fallen like a rock, or spodumene concentrate had fallen like a rock. Now a strategic review update. So let's have a look at this strategic review update. And it's not pretty reading, although this is definitely the scenario I was thinking about. So it's not a shock that the share price has not collapsed as much as I thought it would. And it's not surprising that the main share price drop was the day they announced the strategic review. So on that particular day, the share price of Core Lithium fell by 21%. Then the next day, 7.7%. Today, when they announced some of the results of this strategic review, share price has only dropped 11.5%, but it could drop a little bit more from here. So let's have a look at the results of this strategic review. Maybe not the results, but an update to this strategic review. So in the first point, they mentioned, in light of weak market conditions is continuing. Processing operations is the second point. Now, processing operations will continue from existing stockpiles, and mining in the Grants open pit will be temporarily suspended. This is another reason why I'm getting a little bit more excited about lithium and lithium companies, because this is the first step to becoming excited. This is the first step for sort of the end of the bear market, when we start to see lithium companies either suspending operations or going completely bust. We need to see a lot more of these announcements from other lithium companies. I'd love to see lithium exploring companies saying, you know what, There's nothing of value here. We're going back to gold, or we're going to copper, or maybe uranium's the in thing right now. So wouldn't be surprised to see many lithium explorer companies transitioning now to becoming uranium exploring companies. And when we see that happen, that's the time to be excited about lithium. But I don't know how long it's going to play out. I was a little bit too early with uranium. Last time we had a collapse in lithium back towards 2018-19. I was a little bit too early with lithium back then. Also, the BP33 mine study will continue and early works will remain paused until market conditions improve and discretionary spending, including studies, exploration, and corporate costs, will be reduced. They also mentioned here, the price of spodumene concentrate has declined by more than 85% in the last 12 months, including 50% since the end of October 2023. So again, the market has punished core lithium again. Share price down 11.5%. Share price now at 23 cents. Here is lithium futures. So this particular chart only goes back to middle of 2021. You can see a massive bull run. This is a very similar chart to, I'm spreading a fair bit here, fairly similar chart to a lot of tech companies over the past 2 years or so, when interest rates started to rise. Sort of like, what's that mountain in Switzerland? I always call it, oh, sometimes I just lose the words in my head. Zermatt. Anyway, Matterhorn, that's it. This is the Matterhorn pattern. It's just like a mountain, up the side of the mountain and down the other side. So very similar pattern to all those tech companies over the past 2 years, particularly non-profitable tech companies. Now, Core Lithium probably is a little bit better than those non-profitable tech companies, but I can just see the price of lithium here is getting towards when the rally started in 2021. The other two lithium charts I have here aren't very long. The first one is lithium hydroxide, and that started towards the end of 2022 near the top, which is understandable, getting excited near the top. And the top was at the start of 2023. So this has all happened in 1 year. The top in the lithium market occurred at the start of 2023. And this is lithium carbonate. So let's have a look at Core Lithium. Finally, the chart for Core Lithium. And it was probably very, very similar chart. So share price high for Core Lithium was actually towards the end of 2022. Would have been about November, middle of November. Share price reached a high of $1.88, and the share price has fallen like a rock. So this chart here is very similar to the lithium prices we saw in that first chart. As lithium prices started to increase, Core Lithium's share price started to increase. So it's highly correlated to the underlying commodity. This is one of the reasons why I don't invest in mining companies for the long term, because mining companies are beholden, their financial performance are beholden to the underlying commodity they are mining. Even if there's a positive thematic behind the commodity like lithium, doesn't mean lithium prices will remain elevated forever. So hopefully those who are bullish on lithium have understood that, have realized that in 2023. So share price of Core Lithium has dropped from $1.88 to current share price of 23 cents. Market cap is still 566 million. So if we do start to see lithium prices started to rebound, started to move into an uptrend, who knows when that's going to be? Lithium prices could remain suppressed for maybe another 5 years. We just don't know. So you can just wait until that happens before you become interested in lithium companies. And again, one thing I have realized about myself in the past is a lot of times I'm a little bit too early when it comes to turnaround stories like lithium. Definitely that happened with uranium in the past 2 years, and definitely happened with lithium about 3 years ago. Also happened with lithium the first time we saw an explosion in the price back about 5 or 6 years ago. So that's all I got for Core Lithium. But again, I probably will be following lithium companies a little bit more closely. I'll be keen in how they have performed in the first half of the financial year 2024. I have heard some people say that even Pilbara Minerals is not profitable, the operations are not profitable at current lithium prices. So I want to see if that is true. I don't believe everything I hear or read. So anyway, that's all I got on Core Lithium. Hopefully you have not been a shareholder of this company since late 2022. Hope you have not written this downtrend in the share price. And hopefully if you have learned a valuable lesson. So that's all I got on this company. And again, I am not a financial advisor. So even though I may have said something in this particular video, you don't have to follow it. You should not follow it because I'm not an advisor. So if you do need advice, make sure you find someone who is qualified that can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.